hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back.
It was 4 of them though.
God damn. So after it all, the dust settles and we lose Big. What was the atmosphere like around Puff and everybody immediately after that?
Well, see, I know we lost him when we pulled him out the car, bro.
Yeah.
And that effed me up. That twisted me. And so Paul was like, yo, Gene, yo, he gonna be all right. I said, man, that nigga dead. And because I've been around, I've seen that before at clubs and stuff like that. You know how the body function release itself. You know what I'm saying? I said, he done. He said, no, it's trauma, Gene, it's trauma. I said, man, that nigga done, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dead weight, the whole 9 yards. And then Puff runs out the hospital, grab my arm. Gene, we gotta pray. I pushed his hand down. I said, yo, pray for what? That nigga dead. Pray for what? You understand? And then Paul comes back out. He said, yo, we gotta get Puff to the airport. Andre Herrera said we gotta take him to San Diego. They got a jet waiting for him. So now, Chaz, if you ever heard of Chaz Williams, he was on American Gangster. He had robbed 160 banks and all that stuff like that. He got his whole crew at the hospital. They surrounded the place, and stuff like that. They surrounded Puff cars and everything like that, and said, "Yo, where y'all going?" I said, "We gotta take Puff to the airport." And we was driving. Puff pulled over and to the side. He said, "Yo, tell Chaz we don't need all that."
Okay.
What? What you know? I don't know. Big just got shot up and killed. And leaving the hospital within an hour or two. You understand? But you telling this dude who got all these guys in these cars around us that we don't need this.
You would think your life was a danger too.
Yeah. So then, Chaz told me to get in the car with him. I did. And then, a couple of days, the next day or so later, they got me out of LA. So the atmosphere, it was solemn, man. It was crazy, man. You just lost, probably one of the greatest. He would have been one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Right. Now, could you talk, as much as you can about, you said a teardropping conversation with Mrs. Wallace. What was that conversation about?
About how her son died. His last words in my face.
Right.
Because I was telling them niggas, don't let them go to sleep. Do not keep them up at all the time. Man, and what I'm telling you, it took anywhere. We didn't know a hospital was a block away. 2 blocks, not even 2 blocks away.
Wow.
The dude from LA took us someplace. It was like 30, 45 minutes away, man.
God damn.
What?
Man.
Yeah.
Now
but the conversation with Ms. Wallace was, this is how it came about. I didn't look for Ms. Wallace, bro. I didn't look for nobody. I was going to mind my business and try to get through this shit myself, man. Because I know I tried to forewarn them. And then how the hell that you in the middle of an East Coast, West Coast war. East Coast, West Coast beef, and you got 2 cops out there, me and the Inglewood guy, the guy from Inglewood, no other guns, and you got 23 people. So now Ms. Wallace, me and her conversation, brother, I just told her the atmosphere, told her what was going on. She said she had been looking for me because the police had told her, ask Gene Deal. And she asked Puffy who Gene Deal was. And Puff said, I don't know no Gene Deal. You know what I'm saying? But my fraternity brother, who was Don King's bodyguard, he was Michael Jackson's bodyguard, and he was Andre Harrell's bodyguard, Bill Willett. He said, Ms. Wallace, I know Gene Deal. That's my frat brother. You know what I mean? And he said, I'll get in touch with him. So he called me and brought me to Ms. Wallace's house.
Man.
Now the Suge Knight connection to this, in your opinion, do you think Suge Knight could have had something to do with it? Because I think they said that he knew he had a connection with the cops that had a connection with the supposed alleged shooter. Do you think Suge Knight may have anything to do with it at all?
I don't want to speak on that, man. Suge trying to get his freedom and everything like that. And I'm not sure about none of that right there. You know what I mean? So I don't want to speak on none. If we're gonna speak on something, I want to speak on something that I personally know, that I saw, that I was there.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't do the assumption and assuming shit. That
LAPD.
makes you and me.
The LAPD, in your opinion, would you say that they, you know,
crooked as hell? Bro,
right.
Let me tell you something. They showed me a picture of the Muslim guy, and his face was blurred out. In front of my lawyer, Eloise Nurse. She was David, what's it, Patterson? That was David Patterson, who was the governor of New York at one time?
Mm-hmm.
Right. She worked in his law as a lawyer for them too. She was there with me. They showed me a picture of the guy's face. You know, of the guy. Right there. And you got to watch if you heard the dossier, the FBI agent, Phil Carson, talks about this. I said, that's the guy right there who walked up to the car. They said they was going to straighten out the face of the picture, come back out to New York. I never heard from them again.
Wow.
I never heard from them again. Now, the agent, Phil Carson, if you listen to the dossier, episode 4 and 5, he said he asked the LAPD about that picture because he said he had seen it before, but it wasn't in the file. And the LAPD officer, Katz, told him, say, no, we ain't show Gene Deal no picture like that. He said, so why did you put it in your notes? They didn't distract it from their notes. Because you know your notes and everything got to be turned in.
So they forgot to do it, or was it like an error? They just slipped.
It was an error. They forgot to distract it from their notes.
Wow.
They took the picture, you know, from it because they knew that identified the person who killed Big.
Right. So is that man still walking around?
Oh yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I want to try to transition a little bit because we had Exhibit on a couple shit, like 6-7 months ago now.
I bodyguard Exhibit before.
I remember you saying that you ran with him for a while. Talk about Exhibit, and then I remember you saying, because we didn't get to ask, we was going to ask him about Diddy and that whole thing when he said that, and then all of a sudden things kind of went left. Do you think, your opinion, that you think that's how it went down?
Bro, let me tell you something. I was there when he got rid of Wendy Williams.
Did he?
Yeah. When Puff made a phone call, this is his word verbatim. If that bitch is on the radio station when I get back in New York, ain't nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know are gonna ever do business with y'all again.
Damn.
Yo, when we got off the plane, Wendy was in Philly.
You remember when she went to Philly? Damn, remember that.
Yeah.
Charlemagne.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that nigga got some power. I didn't know he had that much power, but he had some power. He had some people.